Yo, mullet boy.
You wanna come out here?
I'm off the grid. Got tats on my ribs, tattoos on my ribs. Agitated my kids, honest. I just do 20 county. We was in honest. I just bought me some brand new clothes, Dope Street Market. Ay, we just took a ride to Charlotte. I'm in the Rolls Royce, don't what you call it. I light up all blunt and let's try it. I'm off the grid, I'm on the codeine diet.
You are now watching Koki.
It was around back in May when I realized that my life, my actions, my doings was not up to speed with where my mental was. So I sent a text to a friend who I didn't talk to since high school. And I'm gonna say this in 2 sentences, but there's just a lot of negative associations when it comes to looking like an e-boy today. I might be one of the most slowest growing YouTube channels you follow. I might be one of the most inconsistent uploaders. It's gonna be like that for a while.
When you rich like this, feel great. Yeah, we get like shit on plate. Yeah, when you get to the top of the dog.
Yo, what's up? It's MulletBoy99. This video is gonna be a long video, but it's gonna be very concise. I have everything, all my points written down here. So if you see me, if you catch me looking to the right, that's what I'm doing. But I promise you this video, this script is still very authentic. I just don't want to waste your time, you know? In this video, I'm gonna talk about my clothing brand, Real Angel House, that's having its first collection this month. If you're watching this video on the day it's uploaded, it should be the same day that the rest of the world just figured out about the brand because I just revealed it. But much more importantly, I'll be talking about going through self-doubt, imposter syndrome, comparing myself to others, being lonely as a creative, feeling misunderstood by my friends and even you here, my audience. No, I've not been gone because I was sad or anything, even though I might have caught you off guard listing all of it like that. I've just been out of social media because I've been doing everything I can to overcome these things. How do I say this? For me, it felt like I've been going through puberty. That idea of going through so many big changes that I would just feel awkward if I showed you guys during my transition period. Wait, what did I just say? Like from my last video till now, it felt like I was going through a bunch of voice cracks, you know? Not literally, bro, okay? I promise you I've been through puberty. It was around back in May when I realized that my life, my actions, my doings was not up to speed with where my mental was, and especially just where I wanted to be. So where did I want to be? I asked myself that too. Honestly, I remember the whole thing so vividly. It wasn't until one night that I had like one of the best dinners of my life. It was this delicious bowl of creamy bowl of mushroom broth stew. I remember getting into that food coma, and guys, like I saw exactly where I wanted to be. I was in a studio with a bunch of other people playing good music and taking photos for my clothing brand. But at that moment, it was not my reality. In fact, it just felt so far away. Like, what studio, what friends, what clothes, what brand? I've never felt like I was lying to you guys when I've said it's coming soon.
Okay, like fuck. Listen, I think you just hold it. Okay, hold it like this, yeah. And then slowly twist this off.
You do
slowly
it.
Twist it.
You do it.
Face it that way though. Face it that way. Yeah. Slowly twist it. No, like yeah,
You know it.
yeah. Push it out hard. That's so funny.
Yeah, do it with it, do it with it. It's not coming.
It's really not. What the fuck? Okay, okay, push it now. Push it now. Push out.
Wait, where do you?
Where
Where did it go?
The neighbor. There was a lot of moments to me where it felt like it was, but I always just ended up not being happy about it for some reason that I did not know. And then I realized I'm fucking lonely. I'm lonely. And also, disclaimer to like anyone, I have my girlfriend, I have a few other friends, but ultimately, like, I mean, especially with my girlfriend, like, I never wanted to mix my relationship into my business or anything like that. My YouTube even, you know, like, it was already, I felt like a lot for her to be part of my Twitch. So I really felt lonely in the sense I had no creative friends to talk to. And honestly, besides my girlfriend, I have no friends, like no one that I tell absolutely everything to. I had no one to share my art to, no one who I felt like I could bounce ideas back and forth with, or no one that I felt like I connected with in the things that I wanted to do. It took me 100,000 subscribers to build an entire Discord community during quarantine to really realize that I need IRL friends. I need real fucking friends, like real life friends, you know? It's just not the same. To me, a big part of art is the collaborative aspect of it. It is all collaborative. Art is all influenced by each other, by one another. Whether it means taking inspiration from others or creating discussion about it. Man, I could go on about why I felt like I couldn't grow as an artist or anyone really if I just kept playing it in single player. But in short, I wanted to level up my art. I wanted to do something about it. So I sent a text to a friend who I didn't talk to since high school. He's a little bit younger than me, but after he graduated, he was one of those people who just like kept doing his own thing. He's a photographer.
These gray sweatpants are from a sample of Real Angel House.
Sick photographer. And the thing is like he's very local. He works very local. His friends, his following consists of local people here in Vancouver. So I really felt like he was the catalyst to a lot of the things that I was wanting and needing. Felt like when you dream about something, you manifest it for sure about it becoming a dream in itself. Like I was like always wishing, bro, I wish I was making clothing or whatever. I want to make clothing in the future. Kind of like that's my goal. Then I realized like, wait, I can just do it like right now. On the day we hung out for the first time this year, I remember he said to me,
No offense, bro, but no one knows you here.
I took no offense to that. I've never gotten out of my house, let alone like, you know, my comfort zone. It's a funny situation in that, you know, generally there's this idea that people start local and then they go global. I started on the internet and now I just want to work locally and get recognized locally. Be an influencer, a creator in my own city. This is an excuse I made to myself, but because I was young, just really ignorant about, because I was just young, I've never went out of my way to open my eyes just to see what was happening in this city. But now you see me in a situation where there's no way I can't find no studio, no way I can't find models, no way I can't find friends, no way I have no one to share my art with. But Goki, you were already friends with this guy. You're lucky. I'm not. In the most polite way possible, if you were thinking like that, you need to work on that mental of yours, man. You need to take some time and introspection about how you absorb inspiration from other people. I know that could be a little bit uncalled for, and I only say that so that I can segue into the next topic, which is about how people view me, or rather how I view people view me.
Let's get in that picture. What are you getting all this B-roll for, dog?
Just for like the video.
Oh, you got an upcoming one coming up?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's your phone? Okay. I got kind of worried. I was like, oh shit. Angel House, what's up, guys? How you doing today? I hope you're having a good day. You know, we just did the photo shoot with Oversoul. Today's a legendary day. Yeah, very late.
For the longest time, up until a few months ago, I've never been able to exactly pinpoint why I blew up so quickly in 2017. I blew up so quick, I was not ready for it. I just had to dip from the world. I had to dip from YouTube. Because I couldn't come to an agreement, I couldn't come to terms with myself about what I did to deserve it. Before I went on YouTube, I was studying other YouTubers and their growth, their trajectory. I knew I could grow an audience, but I just would never have been able to understand why was it so accelerated for me. They say you keep on evolving. How we so steady with it? I can't stop singing that. The song was already turned, but here's a bell. I think I figured it out though. I was one of the first and at least few modern e-boys at the time. Modern in the fact that Avril Lavigne was the first e-girl, and one of the first in the fact that, you know, I say this with confidence and with knowledge that I felt like I was just making very consumable content on top of just portraying an e-boy. Before it really came into like a terminology. E-boy, e-girl, if you don't know, really just means like internet boy, internet girl, and there's an aesthetic to it. And they got simps. I was one of the few Americans, Canadians, who was at the time dressing with the influence of Korean fashion, even the hair back then. You could argue now even. It was never my intention to build my audience that way. Rather, it was just me at the right place and the right time unintentionally.
Can't stand it. Go baby, go mama, sweet ass pussy. Call that Wawa, so call that Baba, call the homie said it should go fuck all this.
Oh yeah, for real.
I'll tell you how I think about it now, but it's just like at that time I felt like all the K-pop comparisons, the simp comments really just pushed away some real discussion about the things that I actually talked about in my videos. And also, this is something I feel like might not be relatable to everyone. I've always looked up to artists, to creators who had a very small audience, or at least a very loyal audience. Those who would have like 60,000 subscribers, but those 60,000 people would come back every time because they would be making content that no one else was making, other people were too afraid to make, or was just controversial.
This is the world record for most Supreme box logos on body. If you have no bots, you will cop with all manual chrome autofill strength or Restocks app.
Another reason though I'm always gonna work for myself only is because if you're working for someone else, they set your wages. And by that, they're setting your time value. It's limiting the amount you can earn on your time. And why would you fucking want that? I mean, yeah, I know you gotta meet your ends meet. I know you need a place to stay. But is it worth having a place to stay if you're away your whole fucking life? And guess what? The only people that get rich are the bosses, bro.
The YouTubers I was in love with, their dislike ratio would be thick. But that's why I loved it so much, because most creators were too afraid to say the things they were saying or to act the way they do.
I listen to artists who beat women. But so do you. John Lennon relentlessly beat his wife coming home drunk every night.
No one ever gets rich working at McDonald's. And the reason why riches is like a thing to strive for is not to fucking, oh, I'm better than you because I have money. Oh, I need that new Supreme, I need that new Bape, I need to flex on these fuckers, I need that new car. No, dude, it's to have freedom.
Meanwhile, I could even see my dislike ratio.
I mean, yeah, obviously a lot of it felt like corny PR stunts, like hosting a charity for rape victims while he was on trial for beating his girlfriend. But after a while, I genuinely believed he had a positive outlook on life and a different mindset. No, by the time he died, he did not deserve forgiveness, but it's something to be said that he was changing.
If I had just had a baby, I can stay with him the whole time. I can father my child. I can see my kid's first step. I can see my kid's first soccer game, first day of school, you know, shit like that. That's why, like, there's no doubt in my mind I have to get money.
I don't think you can simply write someone off for their mistakes anymore, because if you hold a camera at anyone for long enough, you're gonna have trouble avoiding a moral dilemma when they speak their truth. Even though artists like X hurt women in his past, I'll continue to listen to his music because of his attempt at redemption. I'll listen to the Beatles because John ended up reviewing his past and changed his life to spread the message of love and peace that we all know, and it probably wouldn't have existed without his transformation.
I wanted that one video, How to Stop Being a Hypebeast, to be a controversial one, man. I was ready for the hate. Rather it gets posted on High Snobiety and whatever, you know. I felt like I just was getting so much validation when I didn't want it. Again, right place, right time, unintentionally. So I left YouTube for 2 years after that. I watched e-boys be born on TikTok. I watched multiple e-boys yoink, take my YouTube content, same title, same script, same thumbnail, same swag, same lights. You can imagine I was like, man, why is everyone like looking like me? To me, you know, this is me, this is my ego, this is me speaking. Like, I was just being me. I'm not saying I made e-boys though. You know, art again is all influence, whether it is direct or indirect from one another. Like for example, this hair, to me, it's like, oh, I feel original sorta. I just kind of grew it out. I don't know what I'm doing with it really. But obviously, if I look deep enough, this has been done before. I don't even have to look deep. This is literally a wolf cut, you know? What I'm trying to say though is that I was just being me, and I don't know if it's because I'm dense or not, but like the past few years, I've never been able to realize that some people are watching me just because I'm being me. I get it all the time. You're so authentic. I was just confident in the way I've portrayed myself. And I'm gonna say this in 2 sentences, but there's just a lot of negative associations when it comes to looking like an e-boy today.
But I take my chances either way.
We should like go on a date or something.
But what the hell, boy?
This guy only has followers because he has simps. I totally understand that first impression. You'll see what I'm gonna do about that soon. After I hit 100k subs last year, I've just been putting my growth on pause because I felt like if I'm gonna continue to grow this audience, I want to do it right. I really want to attract the right people this time around. What's IU's fan called? I don't know. Someone who's a fucking Yuna but also a Twizzy. That shit.
Looking at across the sea, motion people moving freely as close I can see for miles. There's nowhere that this could.
I probably shouldn't say this, but it's hungry.
That's what I mean. He has no rhythm because he can't sing on beat. Did you hear? That's like hurting your face. Is that why?
What's up, the kid?
What up, what up? How you doing?
Bang bong.
Fuck your life.
Fuck your life. You didn't
Joe Byron.
We gotta just hear Joe Biden right now.
Hey, oh man, let me give you a kiss. Bro, that shit is
So why a clothing brand? Because I've always felt like this would be the most beautiful, the most perfect canvas that I could work with, that I want to work on. The name, the logo, the branding, the marketing, the collaborative work, the art, and of course the clothing because I love clothes. There's so much I can do. There's so much to learn, whether it be just like, hey, I can use this as a way to learn Blender, just become a better illustrator, to become a better videographer.
This shit is too crazy, man. I want to go to Peggy Goo show. That would be crazy. Bro, I don't Peggy, right? Yeah, Peggy, man.
There's a lot that I still don't know about cut and sew. I've been telling myself I'm gonna get into that though, and I can't wait, man. I cannot wait to just cut and sew and sit down and just get better and learn it. With Real Angel House, and especially for this collection, I really wanted to go hands-on on every aspect of it. Choosing the garments, I'll get into that. Creating and illustrating the designs, the concepts, the ideation of the stories behind the collections, creating promotional material, and the collaborative work, my photographer, my models, this 16-year-old kid who I just commissioned last night to do some 3D renders last minute. I'm gonna pause the music here, but he's gonna come in from the side, just like this. My hand, imagine that. And then the girl comes in from the side also, takes up like the entire screen, and then they just end up being like in this situation somehow. Let me play with the music. Let's see if we can do that better. If you're watching, I love you, man. Thank you. This guy's a speed demon. He works so fast, man.
I like smile. You just like leave your mouth open. Yeah. But like kind of crouch a bit. I mean, yeah.
In short, it's just the creative directing that I'm so into. I've been working non-stop for weeks every single day. I've had no chance to breathe just because I've been enjoying every aspect of it. I'm just having so much fun, man. Okay, I got some stuff for you. I'm really in it for the art. And really right now, just to get better and better at it. Man, you only have one life.
Yo, take it with the fish out. You want like more of a full frame?
My fulfillment in this life is really to just inspire the youth. It's always been like that. Ever since I started the channel. Man, like I want to inspire the next generation that doesn't even exist yet. For them to be themselves, to think for themselves, and to believe in themselves. I hope that you can be inspired through this brand, even if you don't buy anything from it. So when is it dropping? Some more details about the clothes and the pricing. I am dropping this debut collection on December 26th, Boxing Day. The day after Christmas. These zip-ups, these blanks, are all milled and sewn in Toronto, Canada. Printing and embroidery is done right here in Vancouver. In terms of quality, these blanks, man, I've convinced myself that there could not have been any other better blanks that I could have chosen at the time that I created these. They're 400 GSM, they're heavyweight YKK zippers, so that's super reliable, quite reliable. I don't want to like pretend I'm gassing shit up. Double stitch all around, pre-shrunk, puff ink details, and man, you don't know how long I've spent, especially just on the color of the white on this hoodie. It's not white, it's a very, very light cream. I spent so long just making sure that we get this right. I wanted it to be near white, but just light cream enough so that when you look at it, it's a lot softer in your eyes than all white would be. And like, trust me, I put it right beside white ink, and that light cream makes the biggest difference. Sounds like a gimmick when I'm saying that, but trust me. For these hats, I've had trouble sourcing them locally when I started, somewhere with transparent values. Again, these hats are embroidered here in Vancouver, but the blanks I'm using here are from Nissan Cap, and their factories are in China. And nothing is objectively wrong with made in China. The problem is that there's just no information about like what's going on in their factories and stuff. For me to confidently say that these factories, yeah, they practice fair wages and even sustainability. With that said, for the hats, I only have a few of them available, but I'm still in awe about how the embroidery turned out. I really wanted to achieve this 3D effect with it, with multiple levels of puff. You have the wings just wrapping around the edges. Even for this design right here, I did everything I can to make this more and more minimalistic, just to shrink the design as small as possible. But man, this turned out so well. And even with them, I was saying, what if we get this layer of embroidery to be like at this thickness level and then get this to be even thicker? But they were saying how like for the quantity I was working with, it was just not worth it for them. So I said, alright, yeah, that's cool. Maybe, you know, in the future. But I'm not sure if I'll be remaking these colors in the future. Like this one is so nice. I made this one for the people who like, especially who want to support, but maybe you're more of a plain guy, you know, more of a subtle guy. So with that said, you know, even if no one supported this brand, I've learned so much that I'm just so excited for the next project. But if you do decide to and you're able to support the collection this year, it's just going to directly help the next collection. These pieces are all ready to ship. They're already made. I have stock sitting outside of my bedroom. No pre-orders because I hate waiting. Price. I'm not set yet as of filming this video, so I don't want to give you the wrong number, but I can promise you this. I am pricing it lower than the manufacturers of the blanks even sell it for on their consumer website. So, and that's like with the design, with all my overhead costs. For the first time in a long time, my life, my actions, my doings, they finally they feel up to speed with where my mental is at. It feels great. It just feels so right. That is everything. Thank you for listening, guys. Thank you if you do support this drop. Just thank you. I might be one of the most slowest growing YouTube channels you follow. I might be one of the most inconsistent uploaders, but it's gonna be like that for a while. But remember that I just like to wear a lot of hats. There's so many things that I like to do and I want to do. There's just 24 hours in a day, man. There's a lot that I want to do. Follow me on Instagram because I'll be living on Instagram if I'm not on YouTube now. I've been wanting to post on it. It's just that I wanted to come back with a bang.